Anyway, so we're back talking some more Loki on Disney+. We're getting the second episode this Wednesday. Loki Wednesdays is a thing that I'm really excited about because it's just fun to talk about the show with you guys. If you enjoyed it as well, make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you're up to date with all of our Loki discussions for the rest of the episodes. I really enjoyed the first episode of Loki. I thought it was a really great build-up and setup for what's to come with these next few episodes. But of the two episodes that I did screen early, I think that episode 2 is what really solidified it for me when it comes to why I'm really going to love this show. As this week's episode truly leans into that whole time detective format that I really love. We saw at the tail end of the last episode that another Loki variant is running around killing Minutemen, and that's why they're recruiting this Loki to help catch them. Right in the episode, we do see that the TVA are still looking for this Loki variant. They're in 1985. Also really cool that Sasha Lane is one of the Minutemen. I really love her in American Honey, and she was also in that Hellboy from 2019, but we don't talk about that. The most exciting part about this scene, though, is when this other Loki starts enchanting the TVA agents and they start attacking each other and a big fight breaks out to Holding Out for a Hero. I've been hearing that song a lot lately. You heard it in the Masters of the Universe Revelation trailer. Now we're hearing it again once again here. I just love that song. It always gets me hyped, and it always has been ever since I was a kid watching like Shrek 2. Like that was probably I think my first exposure to it. Thankfully, now that we have the setup stuff out of the way, we can get right into the time detective stuff that I was very excited about. I love that Loki actually has a desk at the TVA and he's being taught all these different things by Miss Minutes. I just love Miss Minutes. She's just such a fun character. As we investigate the crime scene in play, it's really what solidified me for loving this duo of Loki and Mobius working together as time detectives. Their dynamic and chemistry is one of my favorite things about episode 1. Once again, they are one of the main highlights of this episode as we're figuring out how to catch a Loki. All the Detective Loki stuff in this episode is great, seeing him seemingly try and help catch this other Loki, but he is still Loki, so he still is mischievous and kind of doing things underhandedly behind Mobius's back to try and secure his freedom. Even despite that, it is great to see Mobius and Loki's relationship grow, even if Mobius does believe in him, but he is still skeptical because he is Loki. He is notorious for stabbing people in the back, as they make that joke about how he stabbed a bunch of people in the back over the years. It's fascinating, though, the direction where we take this investigation when it comes to the time aspect, as you look into variants actually hiding within Doomsday events because they're going to happen regardless. So we get Loki and Mobius going to check out Pompeii to test these theories out. Loki is really hamming it up with these people in Pompeii. He's basically telling them that they're all going to die. It doesn't matter, as the volcano is erupting in the background. Very amusing scene, but also surprisingly kind of dark and morbid if you really think about it. Eventually we do pinpoint where this other Loki variant is staying. They're in a Roxcart superstore in 2050. I believe that is alluding to the Roxxon Corporation. It's an energy company that we've seen pop up a lot in the MCU. If I remember correctly, I believe it was mentioned in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a couple times, and also I think there was an Easter egg for Roxxon back in Iron Man 3. They're also like the villainous corporation in Spider-Man Miles Morales, but that really has no bearing here. Kind of a throwaway joke, but I thought it was one of the funniest jokes of the episode when Loki and the TVA show up inside of this building. They're drenched in the rain, and Loki actually uses magic to dry himself off. I wasn't expecting him to do that. I know he had like a lot of different cool abilities, but I never thought he could just blow dry himself like that, so that was really fascinating. Of course, all hell starts breaking loose as the TVA and Loki are searching for this other Loki. The other Loki starts enchanting other people, including members of the TVA, and they start talking and having a conversation with Loki. That was really amusing as well. Loki conversing with these various different people as they're beating him up, as he's trying to convince this other Loki to just team up with him. I was actually kind of surprised that Loki wants to team up with this other Loki to try and take down the Timekeeper so he can stay alive, of course, and not be erased. I just would have figured that he would have expected Loki to not be interested in teaming up with the other Loki since they are kind of deceptive. Of course, this other Loki variant declines Loki's offer and pulls down her hood, and it's Lady Loki, which I think is really cool. Lady Loki's an awesome character in the comics. She's played by Sophia DiMartino. I think all of us kind of saw this coming. I mean, either of you saw the leaked set pics, or if you just saw Sophie DiMartino doing the global event not that long ago, you knew that she was involved in some shape or form, so it makes sense that she is Lady Loki. We don't know too much about her character just yet, but I think we are probably going to get more about her in the next episode especially. She actually uses all of those time bombs that we saw, and she just bombs the sacred timeline all to hell. So that's going to be really exciting to see the ramifications of what's to come because of her bombing the sacred timeline, because we have a lot of multiverse stuff coming in the near future, and it's probably going to be impacted in some shape or form, just because that was a lot of bombing, and you saw this different timelines going in all different directions. After she does that, she leaves through a portal, and Loki actually goes in that portal with her, leaving behind Mobius and the TVA. So that's going to be interesting, picking up where we leave off in the next episode, because there's just so many questions that we have to have answered. For me, at least, I'd love to know the motivations behind why Lady Loki decided to bomb the sacred timeline like that, but also just to see what the relationship's going to be like with Loki and Lady Loki, and also just the repercussions of what's going to happen with the timeline. The sacred timeline's just blown all to hell right now, because I feel like that's going to really impact some of these upcoming movies and the release slate. You have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Spider-Man No Way Home probably has some multiverse stuff as well. So they're all connected in some way with Loki, so I think that's going to be interesting to see how that ties into it. But let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of episode 2 when you get a chance to check it out? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were some of your favorite parts of the episode? And also, what do you think is going to happen in episode 3? Share your theories down below, because part of the fun of all this is actually having those discussions with you guys down in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for checking out my reviews, though. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe button. We'll keep bringing reactions, unboxings, and more on the channel. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.